So, Chris, now we're getting ready for the WBA World Heavyweight Championship. John Tate defending his first defense against Mike Weaver. John Tate, big man, 232 pounds. Let's learn something about this big guy and visit with him. Okay. Big John Tate first made a name for himself at the 1976 U.S. Olympic boxing trials when he overcame a relative lack of experience to win a final and a trip to Montreal. There, the great Cuban Teo Stevenson unloaded one of his legendary right-hand bombs to shatter John Tate's dream of an Olympic gold medal. Tate turned pro against Jerry Tompkins and started the slow process of learning what it takes to be a professional in the ring. He was crude and sometimes clumsy in the early days, and it wasn't that easy for John in the beginning. Against Eddie Lopez, he had to struggle for a split decision win. But last year, his name went up on the marquee with this first-round destruction of Dwayne Bobbick. Then he battered Colli Corozzi from pillar to post to win a shot at the WBA version of the title. Finally, before 80,000 hostile fans in Pretoria, he showed his remarkable stamina and a smart fight plan that wore down South African Harry Coetzee and won the WBA heavyweight crown, a title that had been vacated by Muhammad Ali. Earlier, I had a chance to sit and talk with Big John. I asked him if he considers important to set the pace in tonight's fight.
I'm going to do what I want to do out there, and ain't nothing he can do to prevent me from not doing what I want to do out there. And I think that's very important in all fights, that going out and stabbing yourself in the early rounds, fighting the kind of fight that you want to fight, and be able to win with it. I think that's very important.
Against Ali. First off, do you know if it's true?
Well, right now I got my mind focused on Mike Weaver.
This has not been a distraction, all this talk about Ali?
No, because before I can let my mind exercise about fighting Mike Weaver, I got to defeat him first. And until I can defeat Mike Weaver, I ain't gonna think about no Ali, because it's gonna be invisible for me to even think about fighting Ali until I beat Mike Weaver. If I don't beat him, it'll be Mike Weaver fighting. And if I beat Mike Weaver, I won't even attempt to think about Ali. Anyone else first I go.
An ex-Marine at 27 years of age is the challenger out of Pomona, California. Let's learn something about Big Mike. There hasn't been a whole lot of glory for challenger Mike Weaver, especially early in his boxing career. He lost to Leroy Jones in this fight for the North American Boxing Federation title and continued to struggle in small clubs. His first impressive win was a knockout victory over Stan Ward. But Mike Weaver was not yet ready for the big time. He continued to pay his dues and continued to improve his boxing skills and to show power punching, like here against Oliver Phillips, took him right out of the ring. It really wasn't until Mike Weaver shocked the Madison Square Garden crowd by giving Larry Holmes a real battle for the WBC heavyweight title that people started talking about his ability and not just his impressive physique. He was no longer just Hercules. He had Holmes in trouble early, but then just ran out of gas in the 12th round, and Holmes stopped him. In his last fight, he showed improvement. In his jab, destroyed Scott Ledoux, and that set him up for another shot at another title. Earlier, I talked with Mike Weaver.
There are times, though, when a man has to push himself, really push himself beyond a barrier that he's never traveled before in order to exercise an opportunity such as you have. Have you driven yourself to a new level of physical and mental conditioning?
Yeah, I drove myself to the physical, I push myself. Where time I used to run and a few miles and they get tired and stop, now I just push myself past that point. And then to the mental, I put myself to a mental peak too, believing that I have confidence and faith in myself. So I push myself both physically and mentally.
What about Mike Weaver, the man? What does this moment mean to you as a human being?
This fight right here means, everything to me, If I lose this fight, I might not get another shot at the title. It means, it means the dream, the prayer, and everything I had coming true. Tate made the champion today, Bobby the champion tomorrow, so it means everything to me.
Now, as he comes into the ring at 232 pounds for his first defense. And he's going against a challenger who comes in at 207 and a half. So there is roughly a 25-pound edge for the champion, Tate. All right, now we'll have the introduction of the fighters. The ring announcer, Donnie Anderson.
Introducing the challenger, weighing 207 pounds, from Los Angeles, California, the #1 contender, Mike Weaver. His opponent, weighing 232 pounds, from Knoxville, Tennessee, the heavyweight champion of the world, Big John Tate.
Well, that's why I asked Mike Weaver the question if hometown crowds bothered him, because it's abundantly clear the bulk of this 12,000 or so in the building on a big ride with Big John Tate tonight. In the light heavyweight championship bout, Eddie Gregory defeated Marvin Johnson to take the title. Within the year, Marvin Johnson losing the WBC title and the WBA title. Following the Tate-Weaver fight, we'll have Sugar Ray Leonard and Dave Boy Green from Landover, Maryland. And then we'll go on to Las Vegas to finish the night of champions. Larry Holmes defending against Leroy Jones. There's the tail of the tape. The weight you can see, 6'4" in height for the champion against 6'1", 3 inches in height, 3 inches in a little less than 3 inches. At not quite 78. It's like 77 and a half, but call it 2 inches and 3 inches in height, 25 pounds in weight. The referee is Ernesto Magana Ansarino. Nicasio Lorenzo Drake of Panama is a judge, and Cesar Ramos of Puerto Rico is a judge. It was a losing bout to Larry Holmes that really started Mike Weaver toward this moment. He had Larry Holmes in a bit of trouble early in their fight. Finally ran out of gas. Larry got him in the 12th. Now he's in against Big John Tate. Thought by most people to be the toughest opponent that Tate has had here. John had 3 fights last year, and he won the WBA title in Pretoria, South Africa, from Coetzee. Mike Weaver, a late bloomer at 27. Tate said he fully intended to set the pace of this fight, and so far here in the first round, he's doing it. Unloading some heavy stuff on Weaver against the ropes. Some question about the knockout punch or the power punching ability of John Tate. Mike Weaver was very quick earlier this week to point out the man's won 20 consecutive fights and he's knocked out 15 people. That tells me he's got some power. Stamina is one factor that we must watch. Tate is brilliantly conditioned, exceptionally so. Stamina, on the other hand, has been something of a problem for Mike Weaver. Heavily muscled man, but still not a big man, really, not at 207. With all of the development of muscles, you'd think he would be heavier. Frame is light. seconds to go in round one. Scheduled for 15 under WBA rules. 3 knockdowns will stop the fight in the same round. Well, the first round is about done. Round number 2, John Tate, the biggest man. It's easy to spot John. He towers above the challenger, Mike Weaver. John's in the white trunks and Mike in the red trunks, and Weaver did not sit down between rounds. Tate, trained by his manager, Coach Ace Miller and Don Marshall. Mike Weaver. Manager is Don Manuel. Chief second is Ray Barnes. I guess one of the things that really got the attention of the people in Los Angeles area, Mike, born in Texas, moved out to Pomona when he was very young, about 2 years old, went to Ganesha High School out there. And one day he had flopped around, hadn't done very well, and he was about ready to give things up in his boxing career. Tate just missed with that right. And he went down and he worked out with Eddie Bossman Jones. And Don Manuel was handling Jones at the time, and Weaver planted Eddie. Just whopped him upside the head, and down he went in the gym. And they got a hold of Manuel and said, "You better come down and look at this big guy, because he's a horse." And then later, Weaver was working with Kenny Norton, and again was thinking about giving it up. But Kenny Norton encouraged him to continue his career. And so he had a tough loss to Larry Holmes, and now he's up against Big John Tate. Not that bad to get 2 title opportunities so quickly. A hard right by Tate and a left by Tate. And that jarred Mike Weaver. 2 hardest blows of the fight right there. Both of them coming from Tate. Serena of Mexico, the referee.
Don't wait. Don't wait. Sit down. Right. Under.
Right hand by Tate. Caught Weaver on the side of the head. John right now just sort of bullying him back into the rope, trying to pin him. 25 pounds is a lot of weight. Left hook by Weaver. Just missed that shot to the head as Tate moved underneath it. Now Weaver, I think, beginning to realize he's got to get out of there. John's leaning all over him. End of round 2. All right, we're into round 3 now for the WBA Heavyweight Championship. And after the second round, Mike Weaver sat down. Tate comes out strong. John has pretty well controlled the pace of the fight from the beginning. Shoved Mike Weaver away as Weaver dug a left to the body. There's a good left hand by Mike Weaver. He caught Tate on the side of the head as John came in.
Look your head. Come on.
And Serena, the Mexican referee, asking Mike to keep his head up a bit, trying to avoid a butt. Tate hooks him to the head and gets him.
That's right. Make him short. Get off the rope.
Well, Tate's just absolutely smothering Mike Weaver right now. Good left to the body. Long lead right by Tate. I don't think it really did a whole lot of damage. It got the crowd pretty excited, but that overhand right there hurt him. Tate really cutting loose here in the third round with a little more than a minute to go. Left hook to the jaw by Weaver. It was on the money. Tate blinked a little, but comes right back. Half a minute to go. Round 3. Tate gets him with a right and a left to the body and finishes with a flurry at the end of round 3. The champion in the white trunks, John Tate. The challenger in the dark trunks, the red, Mike Weaver. This is round 4. Weaver had one good shot in that third round. He caught Tate flush on the jaw with a short left hook. Tate has just sort of bowled Mike around pretty much so far in the fight. With a 25-pound edge. Flurry sends Weaver back into the ropes. Not much, a whole lot of punishment in that little group of punches. Tate's going at a pretty heady pace. I suggested he was in exceptional physical condition. At this pace, we're going to find out. Long right hand got in there again. Another one by Tate. This time it is Weaver with a right and a left hook. Excuse me, Weaver, not Gregory. Sorting through the history of this night in the years to come as Tate comes in and just misses with that long right hand lead. The story of Eddie Gregory's win over Marvin Johnson will be told and retold so many times as he suddenly unleashed a furious barrage of blows to stop Johnson in the 11th round. That was the bout that opened the action in our night of champions. Sugar Ray Leonard and Dave Boy Green follow this one, and then Larry Holmes and Leroy Jones. Hard right to the body by John Tate. Mike Weaver. Again, told by the Mexican referee to watch your head. Look, referee, I got enough trouble. This big old tree trying to fall on me. He's taller than I am, and I got to weather the storm somehow.
Get down with him. Back in there. Back in there when you're in there. All that body.
Come on, don't wait. You got him good. You got him good. Come on. You got him good. We got him. Come on, Mike. Don't wait. Come on.
Tate a bit wild. He's spending a lot of energy here in this round with flurries that aren't having any effect. Weaver, on the other hand, is getting a little sharper. Mike's finding him some on that infighting. At the end of round 4. All right, it's round 5. A small cut in the corner of the right eye of John Tate. I told you that Weaver's getting sharper on the infighting, and he found him a couple of times with the left hook and opened up a little cut there. John Tate forcing and forcing and forcing, got a little wild in the round. Tremendous pace on the part of Tate, and he has been told by Ace Miller, pace yourself a little bit here in this round and get your breath back. So John looks like he's going to stay outside a bit here. And he's got an advantage in reach, at least 2 inches. Now all of a sudden it's Tate moving away. It's the first time it's happened in the fight. thought that Mike Weaver
All right, come on.
does his best work when he's coming at his man. Well, John Tate is sort of giving him a chance to come at him here in round number 5, and we'd like to alert our local stations that at the end of this round we're going to take a station break. Right hand off the arm, John Tate.
Both of them inside. Keep your hand inside. Big enough. Don't wait.
I think actually John's having a little trouble staying away from the man. Ace Miller, Don Marshall wanted him to stay outside and coast a bit, restore himself, but now he's moved back in. And Mike Weaver found him with the left and the right. Caught him in that right hand as John was coming in.
All right. Which one would he got it? Get that left hand working. Good job. Come on, George. Don't wait, Mike. That's right.
That's pretty good movement for a big man. Came in at 232. He was advertised at 240 when he fought Kutza and Kutsia, but he said he never weighed 240. He's never been heavier than 237 for a fight. Crowd 12,769 paid. And we'll be back with more of the WBA World Heavyweight Championship after this word from our local station. Roy Jones. Larry Holmes holds the victory over Mike Weaver, and it was Weaver's showing against Larry that earned him this opportunity. John Tate, who had a small cut open in the corner of his right eye back in the 4th round, had it reopened in the 5th. Now apparently Big John has got his wind back because he once more wants. Oh, good right hand by Tate. And wobble Mike Weaver some. Coming up next, Sugar Ray Leonard out of Landover, Maryland, his hometown, against Dave Boy Green, plucky fellow from England. Tate, little amateurish there. He took a big lunge at him and got whacked along the side of the head for making that mistake. Mike Weaver, very poised so far in this fight. Conserving energy, perhaps, waiting to open it up. Tate has just sort of bulled him around, except for the 5th round, which appeared to be Mike Weaver's best round.
Do it again, come on.
Mike just missed with that whistling right. Tate gets him for the right-hand lead again. The champion in the white trunks, and the challenger goes to the head and the body and scores with both the right and the left that time.
Go, John! Go, John, get him!
There you go. Dump him up. There you go.
Weaver now starting to find Tate's head a little bit with that left jab. And the right eye is getting a little puffy. Weaver gaining a little momentum here in the 6th round. Round 6 is about over. 7. John Tate, the champion in the white. Mike Weaver, the challenger in the red. WBA heavyweight championship at stake here. Weaver now appeared a little sharper in that 6th round, a little more movement. Tate's right eye, little puffy. Left hand.
Don't wait.
Weaver getting through. Right hand along the side of the head of Tate by Weaver.
There you go. Both hands. Put the heat on him. Put your hands down. Right up the gut. Another spot.
Ace Miller in the corner. Shouting into the ring for Tate to try an uppercut.
Get down.
Right at that point, the referee and Serena was concerned about a almost low blow by Tate. Weaver trying to fight his way off the rope, giving away 25 pounds. John won't let him off. Stuns him with the right hand. Hits him again with the right hand. Pretty good pummeling right there in the corner by John Tate. Less than a minute to go in round 7.
That's right.
It was the first round KO of Dwayne Bobbick that really launched the year of 1979 for John Tate. Then he went on to beat the South Africans and get the title. Now there's been a whole lot of talk about the winner of this one being matched up with the next comeback of Muhammad Ali. All the talk around this part of the country has been an Ali-Tate match. So Mike Weaver came to town and very quietly and politely reminded everybody that he had some ability too. John's losing his britches too. They've slid down quite a ways. You better get a safety pin here. End of round 7 with a Tate flurry. Mike Weaver, the ex-Marine, 1968 to 71, had his first taste of formal boxing at Camp Lejeune. Out challenging John Tate, the WBA heavyweight championship. I'm telling you, you better pull up John's britches. They're going to fall off. Getting into the area now where you start thinking about the durability of a man or stamina. Both men look fresh. Still good movement by Tate, the bigger. Oh, good right hand by John. He's getting home with that right hand lead a lot. So far, Mike Weaver has been relatively impassive in the aftermath of it. It's really hurt him, I guess. Looks like they've been able to control that little cut in the right eye corner. Just at the edge of the right eye. Tate. That's a quick, good overhand right that time by Tate. It was a good, quick, solid left by Weaver as well. Corner's been trying to get John to go for an uppercut in the infighting. First time we've seen him try the overhand right, and it worked. There's a left and a right by Weaver to the head of Tate.
Keep your hands inside. Right back. Come on. Right back. Come on. You're waiting too long. Right back. Good up back.
We're in round 8 with 12,769 people in the Stokely Athletic Center here at University of Tennessee. Weaver trying to hook to the body, most of it blocked. Tate trying to hook to the head, most of that blocked in that exchange on the rope. Snaps his head back for the uppercut as we come to the end of round 8.
Halfway home.
The corner of John Tate.
Right hand, man, didn't get him out. You're gonna have to pull your trunks up when you stand up here. You want to pull them up, okay?
Ace Miller talking to him.
I'm right here with you, John. Just spit it. Now, John, don't
Slow
walk
motion.
in on the guy. Try to move
Watch
your
the
head as
uppercut
you're
that they've been talking about.
Follow me? Try to use some fake as you're going on.
John finally got inside here
But the right
and used it to straighten Mike Weaver right up. Well, that's the blow, or the punch at least, that the corner's been asking for quite a while. Here we go to round 9.
Push yourself. Let's work.
Tate's been in control of the fight from the very beginning. Weaver's going to have to flurry. He's going to have to, somewhere along the way here pretty soon, make a stand. Right hand snapped onto the jaw of Mike Weaver, but didn't seem to show any effect from it. Tate's landed enough blows. If he doesn't do some damage to Mike Weaver along the way in this fight, I think a lot of people are going to be questioning his power. Right now, Weaver may be in trouble. Grimacing as Tate hit him hard on the upper portion of the head. Did not appear he got him in the jaw area. Mike hooks hard the side of Tate's head. John's got him pinned here on the ropes. Tate's been all over him all night except for 1/2 of one round. With a crowd of more than 12,000 roaring in the background. He's their man, Big John. Oh, there's a pretty nifty left snapped into the face of Tate. There's another one. Weaver beat him with a punch that time, got off just in time to stop Tate's right. Left hook was in the face of Weaver.
Underneath. Make him short. Put him in there hard. Looking for it. No, it's there. Let's hook right now. That's the baby.
Less than a half minute to go. Tate had him on the rope, set him up. Now he's ripping into him. Arms are getting a little low on Mike Weaver, too. Be a little tired after 9 rounds of this. All right, here we go to round 10. And to be very succinct about it, the manager of Mike Weaver just told him in the corner, you're fighting for the heavyweight championship of the world. You're not throwing any punches. You got no chance to win the fight if you don't go out and throw some punches. And I think that pretty well sums up the circumstances right now. Tate got him with that right hand lead again. Neither man has been down. Tate cut very slightly in the corner of the right eye, but otherwise, Mike Weaver doesn't appear to be marked. But he's got to be getting a little sore and tired.
Right there. Right here, right there. Walk around. Get off the rope.
Been sort of looking for the all-pro thumb that Larry says Mike carries, but I've seen no evidence of it tonight. The particular glove they're using tonight also does not have the prominent thumb that another brand of gloves has, so that might also account for part of it. One brand of glove has a very big thumb. This one has a smaller, less obvious thumb enclosure, this particular glove. Well, Tate's just controlling the pace, doing pretty much what he wants, just pounding away on Mike Weaver. He's got the crowd roaring. Weaver hasn't thrown enough punches in the last 5 rounds to make hardly any difference at all. All right, we've just about finished 10 rounds here in Knoxville. Let's go to Las Vegas right now. All right, gentlemen, thank you very much. Into round 11 we go. Off the campus of the University of Tennessee. Sugar Ray Leonard, taped and wrapped and ready. I'm sure Dave Boy Green is all pumped up. They'll be next in our Night of Champions from Landover, Maryland. Time is of essence here for Weaver. Tate has built up, I'm sure, a huge cushion in the scoring. Been totally dominant in the fight. At this juncture, probably the only hope Mike Weaver would have would be to nail the big guy, turn it all around. Pretty good left popped in there by Mike Weaver. He went 12 in his bout with Larry Holmes. Tate hasn't given him hardly any chance at all tonight. John has just smothered him from the very beginning. Larry put him down and out in the 12th in their bout.
What's wrong with your right hand to the body? Come on. Right hand to the body. Right. Right now. Right now. Come on, do it. Come on. What you waiting on stepping back for? Do it. Good job. Leave him alone, Mike. Come on. Make him do something. All right.
Well, it's all Tate so far. So far, John has not been able to put his man down. Mike Weaver, on the other hand, unable to mount any returning offense. You get a left hand slapped in your face like that, straight left, with 232 pounds behind it. You have to feel it. There have been a lot of in the last 40 minutes. Mike Weaver getting a word from Arena about that low blow.
Come on. Don't wait, Paul. Don't wait, Paul. Go to him. Go to him.
Well, 11 rounds of John Tate's first defense in the books. Between rounds, the plea continued to Mike Weaver. Throw more punches. This is round 12. John Tate defending the title he won from Kutsia in Pretoria.
Punch in this body. Come on. Come on. Wow. You wait too long. Come on.
John going to the body right, then the left.
Right back. Come on.
Weaver looks listless.
Come on. Come on, man. Come on, do something. Make it do something, right? You wait too long. Come on, follow him up.
Overhand right on the jaw by Tate. Wicked left hook by Weaver. Tate goes back into the rope. Tate may be hurt. Weaver hits him with the right hand. Weaver's trying to get him. It was a hard left hook that rattled Tate back into the ropes, and all of a sudden, Mike Weaver finally got the big punch he was looking for, and John Tate is hanging on. Weaver is wild. Can't get the Tate. Tate leaning back on the rope. Tate almost put down with a left and then a right. Tate hanging on. Minute 15 to go in round 12. Right, left. There's a right hand on the jaw of Tate. Weaver desperately trying to get to the big guy. Tate had totally dominated this fight up to the 12th round. And he almost went down from the left hook. And suddenly it is Weaver, the pursuer, the man in charge. And Tate's hanging on. First time in the fight that Tate had been jarred. Crowd starting to roar. Big John Tate. Weaver continues to pursue him. Mark under the left eye of John Tate. Weaver's got him pinned in the corner. Can't seem to get through it and do any damage to it. Weaver's still chasing his man. Wailing away the closing seconds of the 12th round. But Tate's going to escape it. Well, if you've wondered whether John Tate could take a punch, have a look. First Tate with a right to the head. Then Weaver comes with an overhand right, and there's the big one right there, that left hook flush on the jaw. Look at it from this angle now. Tate, overhand right, not a whole lot on it. Goes to the body, comes back over the top. Then the overhand right by Weaver, and then pow. A big left hook flush on the jaw, and it rattled John Tate right down to his shoelaces.
You sure? Yeah, John, don't try to trade with the son of a bitch when he starts out over. You hear me? Huh? Come on, man. Come on. Act like a goddamn champion. You hear me?
John Tate in the corner getting some strong advice as you watch live from Knoxville, Tennessee. And for the first time, there is some concern in the Tate corner. Round 13. Weaver had him going, and then Tate got away. John moving easily. Weaver looking for a hold. Land one more big one, or two or three. There's the left, partially deflected by Tate. Almost got it in there. later going, it was Eddie Gregory stopping Marvin Johnson tonight for the WBA Light Heavyweight Championship. And it was a powerful body attack by Gregory that ultimately made the difference in that one. We're looking now at the WBA heavyweight champion John Tate, the challenger Mike Weaver. In the 12th round, Weaver almost put Tate down, and it was the first time in the fight that he'd done anything. Earlier, it was Eddie Gregory beating Marvin Johnson, and right after this fight, we'll see Sugar Ray Leonard and Dave Boy Green, and then Larry Holmes and Leroy Jones for the WBC heavyweight championship. WBC World Welterweight Championship coming up with Dave Boy Green and Sugar Ray Leonard. Weaver's looking for the big one because Tate just smothered him for 11 rounds. Then in the 12th, Mike landed a shot to the head with the right side, came back with a wicked left hook, and John Tate almost went down. There was plenty of time to go, too, like half the round, and Tate got away from it.
Back him up, Mike. Back him up. Back him up. Come on, Mike. Both hands, Mike. Get it back. Uppercut. Try uppercut. Do it again. Uppercut.
Weaver's got to land the big one. In order for Mike Weaver to win this fight, he's got to put John Tate on the deck. If not, knock him out. Certainly got to put him down.
There's one in that fight. Come on, Mike.
Well, we've just about finished 13. We'll be back with more of the WBA World Heavyweight Championship after this ABC News Brief. Ed, thank you very much. And again, we look in on Messrs. Tate and Weaver with round 14. Weaver pressing the issue now. He's in a posture of desperation, no question about it.
Watch the holding. Watch that holding. Right back, Mike. Right back. Okay, get up. Do it again, Mike. Go to her. Go to her here, Mike. Mike. Come on. Come on. Come on. Keep your hands down and go. Go. That's right. Go.
They're going to take a point away this time for the low blow. Well, he loses a point there for the low blow, Mike does. Left and right by Tate. Weaver's had one big round, the 12th, and he almost put the champion down with a right-left combination. There's the right hand. Not much in that one. Tate just rolled back into the ring. Didn't have all that most force in it.
Come on, this one. Okay. Right back on top of it. Come on. Throw that right hand, Mike. Throw that right hand. Throw it, Mike. Wait, you know, go to it, Doctor. Right hand, Mike.
Pretty good left to the body by Weaver.
Wait, go to him. Back him up. All right. Drop down, Mike. Drop down. Put your head right in the flat.
Weaver boring in, looking for a place to plant one. Can't find it.
Move your head, Mike.
Good, hard, chopping right hand by Tate. Caught Weaver coming in. Another right by Tate. Left hook, got the champion. Tate sags back into the ropes. That's the second time in the fight that Weaver has tagged him. I don't think that one had as much on it as the other one back in the 12th round. But John Tate instantly looked into his corner when Weaver popped him with that left hook. So we're in 14 here in Knoxville. Right now, let's join Chris Schenkel.
Lost only 2 fights, a devastating puncher, 26 knockouts. That bout will be coming up soon, scheduled for 15 rounds for the WBC Welterweight Championship. Now back to Keith Jackson.
All right, Christopher, now back here in Knoxville, looking into Mike Weaver's corner. You're looking at a tired warrior. He's never gone 15, as you see, in his professional career. Looks like he's going to do it tonight, but he is flat tired.
Baby, this is it. Let's bring that trophy home, Mike. We gotta go to work. Mama's out there watching, Mike. Let's go to work.
Well, I'm sure the spirit's willing, but I'm not sure the body has a whole lot left in it. We'll see. He did rattle Tate some in the late going there in the 14th round, and Big John better get off the ropes, I would think. He looks into his corner, and that's what they're trying to tell him to do. Stay out in the ring and move around. You got it in the bag. Don't get yourself pinned and get nailed.
Forward, John. Forward, John. Back him up, John. Back him up. Back him up.
To warn our local stations that after the decision at the end of the round, we'll be taking a station break. That right hand by Weaver was a little high on the side of the head. Both men now showing some wear and tear. Both men obviously tired. Weaver pressing the fight here in the 15th round. The man everybody said they doubted he had the stamina to go 15. Still pressing the issue. As a matter of fact, he's more active here in the 15th than he was in the 5th. Tate has a 25-pound edge, though, and that makes a difference when you get into a situation like this where everybody's flailing away or where the other man is desperate. Got that much of an edge, you can tie him up. I see some blood on the shoulder of Tate. That's got to be coming from somewhere. And so far, I haven't exactly seen where. There's a overhand right high on the side of Tate's head by Weaver. I guess Mike's nose is bleeding a little bit. Maybe what it is. Left hook. Tate goes down on his face. Weaver hit him with a left hook, and Tate is down. He is just beginning to move. The fight is over. Weaver has knocked him out in the 15th round. With less than a minute to go in the 15th round, Weaver knocked him cold. Incredible. Mike Weaver had been battered and bombed all over the place all night long. In the 12th round, he got John Tate in a flurry, almost put him down, and then got Tate back in the corner on the ropes and hit him with a left hand. And Tate has scarcely moved since he went down. The doctors have moved into the ring to have a good look at him. And I'm not sure that he's regained is he moving? Yeah, he's all right. Okay. But what an incredible finish. As Tate had this fight in the bank, and he got tagged first in the middle of the round by a left, and then back here in the corner, bang to the body. There's the left hook. It hit him right on the button, and he went right down on his face, and he went out. He really didn't move until he was counted out at 2:15 of the 15th round. Well, how do you do? Stunning turnaround. Absolutely startling. Tate now is up, sitting, still stunned from that crushing left hook by Mike Weaver. His corner had yelled at him for at least 10 rounds. Throw some punches, throw some punches, go out and fight the man. Well, he started in the 12th, and in the 15th, he ended it. There's the right to the body. Here's the left hook that ended it. Pow! Right there. Mike Weaver is the new WBA heavyweight champion. Goodness, what a turnaround. We'll be back with more from Knoxville after this word from our local station. Mike, congratulations. Absolutely stunning. I didn't see how in the world you could do it without knocking him out, and suddenly there it was.
Yeah, I felt that I was behind the fight. I was letting Big John take the play, out jabbing, out moving and everything. I was a little tight, but they told me I was behind the 14th round. And I had to go all out to win. I had to win by a knockout. So
that'll shut up a lot of people who questioned your stamina, won't it?
Yeah, sure. Look, I wasn't tired, really, but I just seemed like I was tight. So I'd like to thank my mother, my pastor, for all her prayers, and all the people who prayed for me. I'd like to give special thanks to Strongville, Ohio, for all their support.
And a big heart in your own body. All night long, Mike, your corner was talking to you, saying, throw more punches, throw more punches.
Well, like I said, I was just tight. I've been practicing on throwing punches in the gym, but got in here, kind of got tied up, froze up. I guess it was just a crowd, but Tate, I had to fight the Tate. This big guy, he has stamina, he's strong, punches good, and he was outmaneuvering, out pushing.
One thing you need to work on is your gymnastics. You didn't quite turn that flip when you tried it.
Sure didn't.
We have been calling
Congratulations, Big Mike. You showed me as much heart as I've ever seen in a man.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Mike Weaver. They're still working on John Tate in the corner. Doctors are still attending to him. He is still stunned. Right now, let us go to Landover, Maryland.